So, are all available programs good for your kid? I think a lot of I think a lot of parents are happy whenever there are available free government programs that their child qualifies for, or better yet, whenever they put their child on a waiting list and they're like, "Oh, there's an opening," and you're like, "Oh, great, let me get my kid." A lot of parents don't even care what the program is. Listen, there's a spot. Susie has her kid in this program, and I'm just happy there's an available spot. But are all available programs good for your kid? No. I want you to know how to avoid the worst programs for your child and what they even look like. Okay? So, not all programs are good. So, this is the thing. I want parents to understand this, especially whenever it comes to your special needs kids. You want your child to be involved in the programs that are going to add value to who they are, to build their skills, to add to their future so that they can have as much success as possible. And what I learned in raising my son with autism is that if a program or an experience for him is not adding value, it's doing the opposite. Okay? It's adding destruction to who he is. It's doing the opposite. Okay, so this is the thing. I'm going to give you what you don't want. Okay, and what you should avoid. You don't want to put your child in a program that is just has simple busybody tasks. Okay, busybody tasks. Well, we just have them in here and they're just doing, mindless nothingness, but it's just something for them to do. What? How is this building their skills? Okay? I need something for my child to do that's going to build him. What is he learning? If he's just doing what he's always done, he's not learning anything. Now, if this program is something that he's been doing, like if he was doing like when he was 5 or 7 or 9, that's one thing. But if you're still having him do the same thing when he's 15 or 20, he's not learning anything. I need you to teach him something that's going to add value, that's going to build up his skills, which takes me to the second thing. Avoid programs that's not challenging his skills, these non-challenging tasks. I think a lot of programs, in their defense, they don't want to give the children or these young adults, these teenagers, tasks that will challenge them because it may cause maybe some frustration for their young adult, or maybe it might be a little difficult for them to achieve it. And sometimes, if it brings some difficulty, because it's something they've never done before, or they don't have practice with doing, there might be some frustration for the student. And so then maybe some anxiety may kick in. And so they're just like, oh, well, we don't want you to be anxious. We don't want you to be upset. So let's come over here and do something that have are more familiar with doing. But my kid's not learning anything. You know what I'm saying? So, for instance, with my other son, he doesn't have special needs. But whenever he learned how to ride a bike, that was a challenge for him. It was something that he's never done before. So he made a lot of mistakes and he was frustrated. But, sir, you're going to learn how to ride this bike. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes he was like, you know what? I don't want to do this. This is too hard. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, we can take a break. But, sir, you're going to learn how to ride. Let me tell you a quick story. My son, Hassan, with autism, When he was a kid, he did not like roller coasters. He didn't like amusement park rides at all. And we would go as a family every year to the amusement park. And he was like, I'll ride everything. I won't ride anything except the train, of course, because he likes trains. Sir, we did not buy you a full day pass so you can ride one ride. We won't make you get on the big roller coasters, but you're going to get on some rides, right? He was not happy. Fast forward a couple years. I want to challenge you to ride something other than every couple years. I'm going to challenge you. I need to broaden your mind. I want to it's not going to hurt you to I want you to learn something new, which brings me to my third point. This is out of your comfort zone. You want to avoid putting your son or daughter in a program that is only going to give them comfort zone experiences. How do you expect them to ever be successful in life, even as an adult, if they are never put in a situation that's going to challenge them to learn something new, where they're going to be outside of their comfort zone? I understand they're going to be uncomfortable. They're going to be a little anxious. And parents have a problem with their special needs child being uncomfortable. Yeah. But as a parent, I had to recognize early on that their growth is not about my comfort, because their success is more important. I don't want them to be upset. I don't want them to be hurt, but I do want him to grow. Him getting on this amusement park ride isn't going to hurt him. I'm not going to make him get on the big one. Maybe he has a real fear of heights. So let's get on this little teeter-totter ride. I know you don't, listen, you're going to be okay. You're going to be with mommy. Let's just try it. I bought him a water park pass. When he was little, he didn't like being in the pool. But I kind of edged him on over time. But now he scuba dives. I'm not kidding. He learned how to scuba dive. Like, he's to the point where he can become certified. Like, he wears the gear, he puts the mask on, he goes down with an instructor for a half hour. I have pictures. He's a scuba diver. Like, that's one of his hobbies. He's been scuba diving for like the last 4 years. He's no longer afraid of water. So every year we get a water park pass, and he likes to get in the wave pool. He'll be in the wave pool for 3 hours. Okay. But because we have access to water slides, I'm like, sir, how many hundreds of dollars did I pay for this water pass? And you won't ride water slides. He's like, no, I don't do water slides. I'm like, well, okay, but you're old. Let's try a water slide. Now I'll get on with you, because whenever I go, I take him, I sit on the side, I read a book. I don't get in the water. But I'll ride a water slide with you. You get to pick the slide. Let's get you out of your comfort zone, and let's challenge you a little bit. Let's open your mind. Okay? So what does that do? So I want my son in a program. Real quick. 4 things. I want my son in a program that will teach him how to follow directions. I want him to expand his mind. Okay? Try new things, because if he can try new things, if he can try a water slide, and he can learn some things about himself, like, you know what, that wasn't so bad. I won't be afraid to try other things at work, in a new environment, with new people. Okay? I can learn. I'm teaching myself that I can learn new things with or without my mom, outside of my comfort zone, outside of the environment that I'm used to. Okay? I can learn how to interact well with others. This is what you want him to learn in a new program. He'll learn how to problem solve, and he won't be afraid to, because you are teaching him to interact and to become comfortable in non-challenging tasks. Whenever he's learning to not feel so challenged whenever he's being challenged. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm not saying it right. So that will help him to be able to expand his mind, expand his choices, and expand his horizons. Does that make sense? So pay attention to these programs that you're putting them in. Don't just send them off to somewhere for them to be while you can have some time to yourself. You want to make sure it adds value to their future. Okay? All right. If you like this video, do me a favor and do the like thing, subscribe, share it, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.